And now to the farthest reaches of the Pacific Northwest, Alaska, where the weather ranges from cool to freezing. And this is the ideal time of year to visit. So I caught up with an old friend to explore the state's southern coast. Here I am, clinging to the side of a deep, icy chasm. I didn't think I'd ever end up in a place like this. Alaska. This majestic state houses the 13 tallest peaks in the U.S., over 45,000 miles of shoreline, and abundant wildlife. Also, it was on my bucket list, so I headed down to the town of Seward, about 120 miles south of Anchorage, where I met up with my old friend, the Travelocity roaming gnome.
Glad you could make it, Bob. Now you can decide. Are you here to unwind or to explore?
Can we do both?
Indeed we can.
So we first hopped on a nature cruise. We figured, why not ease into Alaska with Kenai Fjords Tours? We're barreling through a fjord headed to the Gulf of Alaska.
Yes, you've always wanted to come to the 49th state someday. Well, let's seize that someday today.
I'm ready, pal. As we steamed off in search of the elusive humpback whale, the ocean was teeming with wildlife, from black-legged kittiwakes, I should probably put my hood up, to porpoises, and a circus of puffins that kind of walk around like this. We encountered a colony of stellar sea lions, the largest species of sea lion, and weighing up to 2,500 pounds. Two large males were fighting over a gaggle of females chillaxing on the rocks below, who were clearly the winners here. Still hoping for a whale sighting, I checked in with Captain Greg.
Pretty good visibility and a good chance of seeing one.
So I enlisted my well-practiced mating call to draw them up from the deep.
Oh, Bob, stop. Look to 10 o'clock.
Whoa!
That's a Northern Pacific humpback whale. They can grow to nearly 60 feet long.
And as we moved farther into the Kenai Fjords National Park, it seemed to be changing seasons. And what finally appeared in front of us was breathtaking. The Aielic Tidewater Glacier, as it calved and crumbled into the sea.
So, Bob, I bet you'd like to get up on top of one of these glaciers.
So it turns out the roaming gnome was not kidding.
Bob, meet your pilot Mike from Marathon Helicopters.
All right, Mike, where am I exactly?
So we're flying through the Kenai Mountains right here.
What's that glacier about to visit?
We're heading right for Godwin Glacier.
Mike set us down on a moonscape, and we met up with our guide. Man, how you doing? I'm Bob.
Trevor, Exit Glacier Guide.
Little did I know the guys had a secret for me, high up on the glacier. And a recurring warning.
Don't fall into that hole.
Okay.
You would definitely die if you fell into that one.
Then, to my dismay, I discovered that the plan for me is a descent into a deep hole in the ice called a crevasse.
Oh my God.
That is, for all practical purposes, bottomless.
Holy not in Georgia anymore.
Which takes us back to where we started, with the Earth trying to swallow me whole.
Oh, Bob, the Earth is not going to swallow you. Now enjoy yourself and begin your climb back to the top.
Nice, Bob. Yeah, there we go. Nice, Bob.
And against all odds, I crested the rim of the crevasse to the very welcome sight of my dear friend.
Bob, in our hands, you are always safe.
You're right, 100%.
But still you can celebrate like you're king of the world.
Woo! Yeah!
I love it.
It was so fun. And the video, you just shaved it down to that much. Let me show you some more stuff.
Okay.
Just flying up to that region, Robin, it's amazing. It's incredible views all around. Think of the biggest place you've ever been, and it's bigger than that. I mean, it is absolutely colossal. And the fact that it's easy to get to, it was a direct flight from Atlanta. It was a 7.5-hour flight. That's all it was. You get up there, it's a 2-hour drive from Anchorage down to Seward, which is where all this action is located. And there's more to do than just climb and dangle into a glacier. You can fish. The halibut's out there. It's great. You can see all kinds of wildlife. It's fantastic. I was scared, of course, but I always felt like I was in good hands and safe because you can see I'm tethered right there to the ice. A couple anchors out there, plus the guide right there. He knew exactly what he was doing. I dropped down in that thing 30 feet, and the echo was insane. I was down there, Robin, going, and now batting for the New York Yankees, Bob and Dylan. It was like It was incredible.
What are you anchored to? Like, what is the rope anchored to?
It's a drill. You actually drill it down into the ice, get rid of the first layer of ice, and get down into the real solid stuff that's been there for 350 years. And you drill into it, and then you're just safe. You're anchored in there. Also, where it was melting, because it was August, you could drink that stuff. They don't even bring in a full canteen, the guides. They just fill up their canteens with that glacier water. It's amazing.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Look how deep that is. 350 feet deep.
You are brave.
Yes. My
You'll
wife
do
wasn't happy, but I was in good hands. I was safe.